good morning students. Continuing to our video lecture series on the topic memory and programmable logic. Now we are coming to today's topic memory decoding. Memory decoding is required to storage in a memory components in a memory unit. There is a need for decoding circuits to select the memory word specified by the input address. So here is the equivalent logic of a binary cell that stores one bit of information is shown below. The storage part of the cell is modeled by the storage part of the cell is modeled by an SR latch with associated gate S to form a D latch, and the cell is an electronic circuit with 4 to 6 transistors. The select input enables the cell for reading or writing. The read-write input determines the operation of the cell when it is selected. If the read-write input provides 1, the read operation by fanning a path from the latch to the output terminal, and if the read-write terminal, this read-write input is 0, it provides the write operation by forming a path from the input terminal to the latch. The logical construction of a small RAM consisting of 4 words of 4 bits each and bears a total of 16 binary cells. The small blocks labeled BC represent the binary cell which is here, and this can be shown within our next. Here is the 16 cell configuration, binary configuration. The small blocks labeled BC represent the binary cell with its 3 input and 1 output, which is shown here, 3 input and 1 output. A memory with 4 words needs 2 address lines. The 2 address inputs go through a 2x4 decoder. To select one of the 4 words, the decoder is enabled with the memory enable output. When the memory enable is 0, all outputs of the decoders are 0 and none of the memory words are selected. With the memory select at 1, one of the 4 words is selected dictated by the value of the 2 address lines. These are the 2 address inputs, and one of the word has been selected. The read-write input determines the operation. During the read operation, the 4 bits of the select word go through OR gates to the output terminals, and during the write operation, the data available in the input lines are transferred into the 4 binary cells of the selected word. The binary cells that are not selected are disabled and their previous binary values remains unchanged. When the memory select input that goes into the decoder is equal to 0, none of the words are selected and contents of all cells remain unchanged regardless of the value of this read-write input. So in this type of memory decoding, a memory with 2k words of n bits per word required k address line that go into k multiplied by 2 raised to k decoder. So now here is the next type of decoding. This is known as coincident decoding. In this, a decoder with k inputs and 2k outputs requires 2k AND gate with k input per gate. The total number of gates and the number of inputs with k per gate can be reduced by employing 2 decoders in a 2-dimensional section scheme. Here is one and here is one. Input decoders are used instead of one k input decoder. One decoder performs the row section and the other decoder performs the column section in a two-dimensional matrix configuration. For example, instead of using single 10 by 1024 decoder, we use two 5 by 32 decoders. With the single decoder, we would need 1024 AND gate with 10 inputs in each, and the 5 most significant bit of the address go to input X and the 5 least significant bit go to the input Y. So each word within the memory array is selected by the coincidence of one X line and one Y line. Thus each word in memory is selected by the coincidence between one of 32 rows and one of 32 columns for total 1024 bits. DRAM typically have 4 times the density of SRAM, and the cost per bit of DRAM storage is 3 to 4 times less than SRAM. Another factor is lower power requirement. So because of this large capacity, the address decoding of DRAM is arranged in a two-dimensional array, and larger memories often have multiple arrays to reduce the number of pins in the IC package. Designers utilize address multiplexing, whereby one set of address input pins accommodate the address component. So here is in a two-dimensional array, the address is applied in two parts at different times, with the row address first and the column address second. Since the same set of pin is used for both parts of the address, and the size of the package is decreased significantly, so the memory consists of a two-dimensional array of cells arranged into 256 rows by 256 columns for a total of 2 raised to 8 multiplied by 2 raised to 8 is equals to 2 raised to 16, and we can say 64k words. So there is a single data input line, a single data output line, and a read-write control, which would be shown here. Single data input, single data output, and a read-write control signal. So in this, the latter included 4 enabling the row and column address into their respective registers, and the row address stop, that is known as RAS, enables the 8-bit row register, and the column address stop, that is CAS, the 8-bit column register. The bar on the top of the name of the prop symbol indicates the register are enable the zero level of the signal. So here we can see, after a time equivalent to the settling time of the row section, RAS goes back to the one level, and register are used to stop the address of the row and column, and CAS also column address stop, or we can say column address section, go back to the one level before initiating another memory operation. So in this type, from this type of address multiplexing, there is number of or we can say thousands of memory bits are using for storage more and more data. Thank you.